best friends' antics are always side-splitting. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hilarious Ross moments. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at our favorite Ross moments on Friends that leave us in stitches no matter how many times we've seen them.
Oh my God!
I had a problem.
Number 10. Ross's teeth.
Hey, what's up?
You know, oh my God.
Throughout much of the series, Ross is on the search for love. And on his way, he has several blunders that completely ruin his dates. When Monica sets Ross up with one of her co-workers, he tries to impress her by having his teeth whitened before their night together. He leaves the product on too long though, and the result is more scary than sexy.
Are those your teeth?
Oh, you can see them, huh?
The fact that his date has a blacklight in her apartment doesn't help matters. In season 10, he's at it again when he decides to try spray tanning. And after counting mississippilously, ends up with a level 8 tan on his front.
Which one is it? Oh, son of a bitch!
Number 9. It's Laminated.
Damn, I cannot believe I took her off my list.
Why? Because otherwise you'd go for it?
When the friends each decide to make lists of the celebrities that they're allowed to sleep with without their partners being upset, Ross takes the game a step further than everyone else. After much debate, he decides to remove Isabella Rossellini because she's too international, and replaces her with the more accessible Winona Ryder.
Yeah, well, Missy, you better be glad that list is laminated.
You know what, honey? You go ahead. We'll call her an alternate.
When Isabella Rossellini comes into Central Perk, however, Rachel gives Ross permission to hit on her anyway. He tells her about the list, but when she asks to see it, he has to explain why she doesn't actually appear on the final version. Ross probably could have corrected his mistake if he hadn't laminated the darn thing.
I'm not in the list.
See, but that's not the final draft.
It's laminated.
Number 8. His fake accent.
What he believed to be igneous was in fact sedimentary. Imagine his consternation when... Oh, bloody hell.
After being offered a guest lecturer position at NYU, Ross unintentionally puts on a faux British accent in his nervousness about his new role. Rachel and Monica catch him at it when they come by one of his classes, and try to convince him to slowly phase it out rather than dropping it completely.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Ross. No one will even notice. I mean, they're probably not even listening to you.
His internal dialogue while trying to stop himself from using the accent is hilarious, and inevitably his students notice that something just isn't right, and it derails the whole class. Rachel's outburst doesn't help him either.
Ross, are you crazy? I'm still your wife. What, were you just never gonna tell me? What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, I could just kill you!
Number 7. Unagi.
And there's a concept you should really be familiar with. It's what the Japanese call unagi.
In the show's 6th season, Rachel and Phoebe start taking self-defense classes together. But Ross is hell-bent on proving that they shouldn't be too confident in their newfound skills. He tells them that after many years of studying karate, he knows that the only way to be truly safe is to practice unagi, the state of total awareness.
Oh!
Say it! Say we are Unagi!
It's not something you are, it's something you have!
He ends up in a battle with the girls to outdo each other, which ends with him unwittingly jumping out at 2 strange women outside the coffee shop, while Rachel and Phoebe look on. Number 6. Playing the bagpipes.
What is that?
I think it's the dying cat parade.
While Monica and Chandler are planning their wedding, Ross tells them that he's planning a surprise for their big day. When they find out what it is, however, they're ready to do anything to make sure he doesn't actually play the bagpipes during their nuptials. Nevertheless, they're willing to give Ross one chance to prove his musical gifts. His trial performance puts a smile on Phoebe's face, but everyone else gives Ross a resounding thumbs down. He may not get to play at the wedding, but this is easily one of Ross's most celebrated moments.
So? No.
Number 5. He's fine.
If you two are happy, then I'm happy for you. I'm fine.
In a plotline that gets mixed reviews from fans, Rachel and Joey develop a romantic relationship in the later seasons of the show. In an attempt to show how cool he is with the two of them dating, Ross invites the pair over for dinner at his place. Every time someone asks how he's doing, he tells them that he's fine, but the frantic and high-pitched tone in which he says it gives away his true feelings.
Dude, are you okay? And when are the fajitas gonna be ready?
I'm fine. Okay, I'm great.
In his anxiety, he ends up drinking too many margaritas and taking fajitas out of the oven without any oven mitts on. Don't worry though, we're sure he's fine.
That is gonna hurt tomorrow.
Number 4. The leather pants.
Oh my God!
Before the teeth whitening and the spray tan, Ross had another memorable adventure in dating that viewers will not soon forget. When the gang is making New Year's resolutions, Ross decides to try something new every day in 1999.
Oh, see, I needed a new thing for today, and there's this leather store I go by that always smells so good, and I thought to myself, wow, you know, I've never owned a really good-smelling pair of pants before.
One of his new things is wearing leather pants. Since Chandler's resolution was to not poke fun at people, he has to refrain from commenting on how Ross looks, making it all the funnier. When Ross wears the pants on a date, he finds that he can't get them back on because of the heat and goes to hilarious ends to try to make them work. Leave it to Joey to make the situation even worse.
They're still not coming on, man, and the lotion and the powder have made a paste.
Number 3. The Holiday Armadillo.
I'm the Holiday Armadillo!
Ross probably should have won a Dad of the Year award for this one. Wanting to impart some of his family's Jewish heritage onto his son, Ross decides to share the story of Hanukkah with Ben one holiday season. Ben seems disinterested in the history lesson though, so Ross tries to rent a Santa costume to impress him.
Ben, Santa is not mad at you, okay? Hey, you're his favorite little guy.
So Santa's coming?
Yes!
Alas, it was too late in the season, so he ends up with an armadillo costume instead. His waddling walk, and the voice he puts on when announcing that he's the Holiday Armadillo makes this one of our favorite Friends holiday episodes.
Wow, thanks!
You're welcome, Ben. Merry Christmas. Ooh, and Happy Hanukkah!
Number 2. My Sandwich.
What's wrong, buddy?
Someone at work ate my sandwich.
Season 5 is a rough one for Ross. He's been evicted from his apartment, his second divorce is impending, and on top of all that, someone at work eats his Thanksgiving leftover sandwich. This is the final straw on top of everything else he's dealing with, so he starts leaving threatening notes in the office kitchen. He finally unleashes all his rage when he finds out that his boss ate the sandwich, and didn't even finish it.
Well, it was quite large. I had to throw most of it away.
You threw my sandwich away. My sandwich! My sandwich!
The outburst ends with Ross being put on tranquilizer pills and indefinite leave from his job. But hey, at least he gets over the whole sandwich thing.
It's gonna be weird not having a job for a while, but I definitely don't care about my sandwich.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
But in my head, it sounded something like this.
Looking good, Mr. Carter.
Number 1. Pivot.
Go left, left, left.
You know what? There's no more left.
Only a few episodes after the infamous sandwich incident, Ross is getting back on his feet and moving into a new apartment. He buys a new couch for the space, but refuses to pay the exorbitant delivery fee, confident that he can move it himself.
You got it?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it, right? You got it, right? You got it.
He enlists Rachel's help, but the two of them end up stuck in the stairwell. Even after adding Chandler to the mix, things do not go as planned, even with a detailed blueprint. Ross's increasingly frantic directions to his friends are funny no matter if this is your first time seeing the episode or your 100th.
Pivot! Pivot! Pivot!
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.